Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, good Lord, for new day to trade, not financial advice, educational purposes only. Shorting small caps is very, very high risk. So, no trades today. Looking for new pops, 7 o'clock. Good morning, guys. BTBD has some decent news. Is it going to pop? It is going to pop. Merger. So I'm probably going to not play it. I don't like merger news. And it has this merger plus drone plus U.S. military. So yeah, this is a long before I short it. Which is very tempting. So I just took a quick stab 221 for a long position. If I fall below 210, I'm just going to stop out. I want to see if it pushes a little here. So I'm in long 221. I don't think it's going to push as much as I want, so I'm already trimming some down because I don't know how to act in a long. So trim some 235, see if it pushes. So now I'm just riding out the runners. See if we get a little bit of a push. But if we fall below 210, I'm just going to stop out. $5 million float, 10 million market cap. Might push a little bit. Not expecting really fireworks, but 221 entry, fall below 210, I'm stopping out. See if we get a little push here. Trim more, 251. So just riding out some runners. Quick move on the move up. Trimmed a little more, 260. So now I'm only in 100 shares. I only entered 1,000. So now I'm only in literally 100. So if these drop below 250, I'm out. Probably should have held more, but again, I'm not good at long, so I take profits quick when I get them. And I'm gonna go secure it at 260. I mean, made close to 400 bucks on it, not bad for the long. So start my day off with a long today. But the news is pretty decent. It didn't already make a massive move before I saw it, so I wrote it up a little bit. But quick scalp 220, last exit was 260, 261. But let's find some shorts now. Appreciate appreciate it. Yeah, no, I don't take too many longs, but I mean, if it's a merger news, I hate from a short standpoint. Um, Mobile drone slash military, which is a theme right now, which I'm trying to avoid. There's a few signs to try to write it up, so it worked out this time. But maybe a little bit, nothing too crazy, but let's see if we can find us some shorts now. Yeah, I'm not anti-long by any means. I'm just not good at them. I think it just takes more. Things it's tougher. I think the edge is in long and going short, but every now and then you get a PR float size at a line that I'll try it. KPRX ended up having some news too, but I don't think it really did too much. PDT rule could change tomorrow. Are you worried this is going to cause a bunch of unprecedented moves and squeeze? No, I honestly, I probably should have put more thought into it, but I don't think it's going to happen tomorrow. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought there's going to, I don't think it's just going to be like a go tomorrow. I think all the brokers are going to have to set up and prepare um, like best case scenario, if they say tomorrow they're not going to push it to extend it, because from what I'm thinking is probably the most likely scenario. Hold on a second. Let me look at this. Is this moving? So BTBD looks like it might be topping out. I think I wrote it up from as much of the move as I could have, but I'm not interested in flipping. It's a nice feeling when you ride them up, then ride them back down. You feel like a boss, but I don't feel like this is the right one. LCID. I think that one's a little too big. Anyways, so what's the question? PDT rule changes tomorrow. Are you worried this is going to cause a bunch of unprecedented moves and squeezes? Yeah, no, I don't really know what to expect, to be honest. I think smart money will always win. You know what I mean? So always have an edge. And like I've said before, I'm honest with y'all. I do better in cold to warm markets. Hot markets, since I'm a front side day one trader, you have to be a little cautious. I try to move a little more to being very particular about levels and trying to play more backside. Even backside, I like to confirm backside a little early. You know, like I don't wait for multiple lower highs and things like that. I try to find the first lower high, and sometimes it's not a lower high. So yeah, there'll probably be a little bit of a curve, but yeah, I think there will be. Somebody mentioned 180 days to comply. I didn't know that, but I figured there would be some time frame, uh, for sure. I mean, there will be incentives for these brokers to do it quick. They'll probably get new people, so maybe it is quicker than expected. But anything with the government, I know they like to drag things out, so it's one of those things for these entities that report to the government. Um, one of those things that I'll believe it when I see it. But I think there is incentives for them to do it for sure. So LCID is a 3 billion market cap, so I'm not gonna mess with it. Well, this is Lucid. I haven't seen this ticker in a while. Was this during the meme stock era where this one kind of came out too? Because this one like had an insane pump when it first launched. Yeah, it was. What was it? Yeah, 20, 2021. Kind of forgot about this ticker. Appreciate the like, burritos. Already hit a long before probably 7:02. That deserves a like, right? BTBD caught a little move from 221 up to the last scale out was 260 or 261, one of those. Only 1,000 shares though. See what else y'all are saying. Want to get like you where I hit the long and short the sell off, bro. It's a nice feeling when it happens, but easier said than done. I do it well with like the halts, like when I'm seeing green halts up, catch the whole move up, and then when it flips red, flip. But again, still easier said than done. I think it's best to probably perfect one side, but you definitely can do it. There's people that do that. And when I rarely do it, I feel like can't tell me nothing. Feel invincible. But the benefit of some of y'all that are more trained long than I am is y'all have a better understanding of the long side. I can just see, you know, I can just try to guess whenever I think it's going to keep making a move. Not very technically trained from the long side. T-Bone, nice drop on SNYR. Yeah, we were texting about this one yesterday. We took some late trades. And I'm just being honest with y'all. Like on live stream, y'all know every trade I take. I don't take any trades behind y'all's backs. If I say I'm taking it, I'm taking it. But in the Discord, I probably only share about 80 to 90% of the trades I take. And the 20% I don't take is usually like late hours or it's like a speculation play where I don't want, because I know some of y'all enter plays when I do. And that's why I, some of these plays that I don't have a lot of conviction, I'm like, hey, type in, low conviction, small size. That's my disclaimer. Like, hey guys, not super confident about this play, but I try to be transparent with y'all, so I'm taking it. But every now and then I'll take like a small play here and there. Me and T-Bone were taking, I took SNYR a little after the live stream, and he took what was it? If you don't mind me sharing, Tom, he took HOTH and killed it. Nice little move at the close. And my SNYR, I made a little move, but not as strong as I wanted. And so it is cool to see that it finally played out how I wanted it to, but I closed before 4 a.m. because I don't like holding overnight. I haven't done it in a while. Wow, what a crazy move down on HOTH though. But yeah, ended up catching it late yesterday. I think I got in at, what did I get in at? I thought I got in at 89, but it doesn't show it got to 89 over here. Maybe it was, can't remember. Oh, here it was. Yeah, it was 89 right here. Caught it from 89 to 80 right before close. And I didn't really post that one because the last thing I want to do is like it not to work and then y'all get caught in a position overnight. But yeah, so try to be as transparent as I can in the Discord. But if it's a speculation play or I'm not super confident, sometimes I don't share those. But I never go heavy on those anyways. Took 3 base hits to the long side on BTBD. Nice job, bro. But the short side is like you and longs just feel safe and untrained. Yeah, the more you get into shorting, and again, so a lot of people will tell you, I think that's why I was drawn to short selling because I've kind of been this way by nature. When people tell me not to do something, I'm not like, if my parents growing up or my wife or whoever tells me not to do something, I'm not the type to like go and do it just because they said it. But like when I was growing up, I've always explored When people would, like, enough people told me not to do something, I would want to know why they told me not to do it. And that's kind of what short selling was, you know what I mean? And so the more I was like, this obviously has an edge, I dug into it. And just like front side trading, it's like front side short one, pre-market day one pops is the most dangerous thing, And so it took me a while to get comfortable doing it too, but now, I mean, I don't even feel anything when I enter a position. Where a long, I immediately get anxiety. Even BTBD right then, I could just feel a wave of like my heart start beating a little faster. So it's just what you get used to. TVTX is whatever it's doing. It's way too pricey. I'm not interested in it, but it's up $13. But yeah, anyways, going back to your answer, Caden, I kind of danced around it, but yeah, I think there will be some more momentum in the market, but I don't know how long it'll last because that new, I feel disrespectful saying it, but I'm gonna call it dumb money. Like new, because I had dumb money when I first started. It wasn't much, but like our edge will always be there. Maybe I shouldn't say always. Our edge should stay there, but overextended moves are not a bad thing. You just got to be disciplined because again, when I struggled in March last year and summer when it got really hot, still green throughout summer, but not, I had a really good month last month, over 60K. I shared that with y'all. Um, I wasn't having those kind of months in the summer because the market got so hot and I was taking a little bit bigger hits. But some people in the group were killing it. Like, and again, CJ, I know you are a regular on this live stream. I bring you up because you're one of the OGs that stuck around through it all. A lot of the OGs aren't here anymore, and that's trading. They say 95 to 99% fell. A lot of my OGs are still here, but I noticed throughout time I'm not going to pretend like everybody that follows me makes it. It seems like it doesn't play out that way, and that would be statistically odd if they did. But certain people, some OGs, like I remember CJ was having like 10K plus days, and others. Raven was having like he had like a 20K plus day, and then Steven was having like crazy days and like 10 plus K days. And I wasn't having those days because I wasn't catching all the moves and more of a front side trader. So it seemed like the group actually did better in the hot market. I did. And so the point of this story is like I think there still will be a lot of opportunity. The more overextended the move, the more it's probably going to come back to reality. Just got to make sure you're on the right side of the move, if that makes sense. There you go, CJ. I've seen a lot come and go since you've been in the group, bro. Fran, you were here through it too, so you've seen a lot of people come and go. BTBD giving back some. I didn't look into details of the partnership and merger, but I was played it mostly on the headline. But it is giving back some here. JBS is pumping here. I'd like to see it up a little bit more. What is this? This is Israeli joint venture for drones. Honestly, we just saw the last news that looks not as good as this one. I mean, this news doesn't look as good as the other one, and it didn't hold up. So this one might flush too. But I'm not gonna mess with military drone news right now. Inside day one, small cap pre-market trading, riskiest trading in the world. It's probably I don't know if it's the riskiest, but it's probably up there, yeah. It's probably, and the reason why it's risky is just because the psychology behind it. If you can't, control yourself, your sizing. There's a reason why I trade small in pre-market. But if me and you were having a conversation outside of a live stream, I would probably argue a little more against it, but I think it's good to kind of agree with it right now. It is risky for sure. So I keep a certain amount in my account. But the beautiful thing about it is like last month I got like a 250% return. So even if I could literally blow up my account 2.5 times this month and still be at break even for the most part. So it's like I find ways to offset it if that makes sense. TVTX. Just got to take advantage of it when it's good and try not to get reckless. Yeah, UAVS, the reason I'm not really too interested in it, you're right, it stalled out, but it's just not up that much at this point. So I'm gonna wait for something better. Riskiest trade in the world is Forex. Those two be blowing up multiple accounts. Yeah, and selling options pretty risky too. But I know what Anthony's trying to say. It is risky, so I don't want to downplay. But what people don't tell you about short selling is there is ways to offset risk. That's how things are in life. The good things, I'm actually kind of glad it's a little risky because if it was just like if everybody viewed it as not being risky, everybody would be doing it, and then we wouldn't have as much of an edge. So I don't really mind the people perceiving it that way, and it actually makes it interesting in conversations. I talk to more traders these days, and like it gives you this aura too, like you a short seller, like you crazy, like yeah, I'm a little crazy. But no, there is a obvious edge to it. I wouldn't be live streaming showing you every day, but there is some risk to it. But I found ways to counter it for the most part. But there will be a day that I might blow an account again. I'm not denying that, but when I have months like March, it gives me the padding to allow it. So, but I shouldn't. I have a max loss of 5K, so a lot of things would have to go wrong for that to happen. That's a good way to put it. Just trading. Yeah. J Money, yeah, that's the truth. That's funny. Like I talked about this before, but when I was at the Friendly Bear conference, when I was talking to all these futures traders, and I was explaining what I do, they're just like, that is wild. But I like inefficient markets better. Futures, you can definitely make money on it, but it feels a little too efficient for me. I like taking advantage of where like moves don't really make sense. It has to come back to reality, or it should come back to reality. Probability says it comes back to reality. What's your stream schedule typically like in Discord? And by the way, guys, I got a Zoom link set up for after hours today. I don't know what happened yesterday. Like half the people in the Discord couldn't hear me in after hours. So we'll do it on Zoom. We'll try it on Zoom today. But so yeah, no, Monday through Thursday free on YouTube, 7 a.m. to 8:30, 9:30, whenever I feel like ending it. And then Friday in Discord on in the morning, same, 7 to 8:30 to 9:30. And then I try to do 3 to 4 after hour sessions a week, depending on how my schedule works. So I would love to tell y'all in advance, but it usually is how my day's going. So, and I do those from 4 to 4:30. I usually stop at least, the latest I usually go is 4:45, because the advantage, again, I don't try to hold things behind a paywall. You can make money after 4:30, but the best pops statistically for me are the ones from 4 to 4:30. Kind of goes back to the money rotation. The earlier pops tend to fade. Later pops steal the attention. Still keeping an eye on UAVS and other things behind the scenes, but there's nothing I really like right now. But again, not really interested in UAVS. The news, I don't know. It just says Israeli Third Eye System. Sounds like some type of military thing, and then it says joint venture for counter drone system. So I'm gonna leave it alone. SNAL. I didn't get an alert for that one. Headed towards some 200s. Y'all know I kind of like the new pops a little better, especially in pre-market. This one's kind of been grinding up, but this move is a little extended. I'll keep an eye on it. I'd like to see it at least get to the 200s, maybe split between them, and then I'll take a position. There's just not a big enough move on it yet, but good call. It probably will come back to 75-ish before it makes another move up. Buying options are risky. They go to zero. Selling is where the money is. No, yeah, there's definitely money in selling options too, but you can get wiped out too if you're on the wrong side of selling options. You think short selling is risky. Sell a $10 option, and then there's some breaking news and that ticker goes to $20, and you like are over leveraging that. You were going to make 35 cents on that option a share. Now you owe $10 a share on that option. You know what I mean? So um, you definitely can make money. I do the will strategy in the background. I don't talk about it much, but I sell options. But obviously, just like with short selling, I have my ways to offset it. I don't do it naked. I have the shares and the setup to kind of counter the risk. So I want to see it push a little bit more. So I want to see it get a little above the 200s, then I'll take a stab at it. 7:30 news. Okay? So now it's actually getting kind of interesting, guys. I'm glad I was a little patient with it. So I'm grabbing some locates if they're not ridiculous. I might try it here. I haven't really looked up much about this, but I'm gonna take a stab right here at, if it fills me at 80. Oh, I might miss it. Does it fill me now? Oh, it got me 85. So I took my first stab, 85. Well, 85.7. Now let me do a little research. Again, that's a bad practice. I probably should do that first, but it's not going berserk. So let's see what it is. 8 million float, 26 million market cap, um, medium overall offering risk. I'm not seeing any new news on it though. No, not a super exciting sounding company. Yeah, I'm not seeing what's up with this one. I'm not seeing any new PRs. In a couple thousand shares, I went ahead and went in with 2K because there's not going to be that much of a move on this one. I'll try to write it back down to hopefully 75 if I don't trim before then. Is it writing up anything on the one? I'll see how it responds with the 9 here at 78 cents. So we get some new PRs coming out. Let's see what we get. Dang, GLMD has some Tel Aviv news too. All kind of Israeli news today. GLMD. I'm not gonna mess with it anyways. So kind of hanging out with SNAL. Could it keep pushing up for sure? But I want to just kind of see how it responds. CMND. This one is a this one likes to push. It's usually got a low float too. I'm seeing about 2 million, 1.5 million. What is it pump? Meets primary endpoint in FDA approval phase one. So this one rarely holds up, guys. So I'm gonna grab me some locates on this one. See if I can. I probably will scale into this one honestly. Being a little slow. The first stab, uh, well, I haven't taken it yet, but because my locates are. Why is it taking so long for me to get these? I'm trying to stab it at 2. Oh my goodness. It took forever for me to get those locates. But anyways, in 207. Small for now though, tiny float. So let me see if we can find some levels on it. Not really, but we're in this congested area right here at 2, so I want to see how it responds or see if it breaks down. But the reason why I went ahead and took a little stab on it, and again, I'm small. This was when I do the blind entries, it's very small, so it probably could push to that level I just drew. Did I draw it? Yeah, 279. Reports that its oral candidate CMND 100 met the primary safety and tolerable endpoint in an FDA-approved phase 1, phase 2 dose escalation trial for alcohol use. So it's pushing. So I'm gonna scale in it like I originally planned because this one rarely holds up. So this is part of the plan. I'm red on it right now, but I'm okay with that. This is what I'm scaling into. So added some more. Not the best fill, but I got in at 239. So I'm in the money now. So now that we're in the 190, I'm gonna trim some of my size down. So I'm back to only 500 shares. Average 223. And see if it breaks down a little more. 180s, trimming a little bit more here. I didn't get the fill. Try to get it. There we go. Just got the fill. 188. All right. So not a whole lot of shares left, and these I'll just see if they just fade away. But oh, let me look at Snell. I kind of forgot about this fella. I probably should have trimmed some there in the low 80s, so it's fighting back a little bit here. But yeah, let's see how it responds. And my next ad will probably be closer to like 95. I'll give it room to try to push past the 200s a little bit and fail. So probably 94 will be my next stab, if it even gets there. Now that there's other things moving, it might get its attention stolen from it. But it's been pretty resilient, so let's see. CMND, let's see if we can make a leg down here. This was CMEG's platform being trash helped me so slow, didn't get in until 240 worked out. Yeah, even TradeZero was a little slow with giving my locates. They offered them to me quick, but then when I accepted them, they made me they paused for a good 10 seconds before, or it felt like a minute, when you're trying to get locates. But it was probably a good 5-10 seconds before they gave them to me, which doesn't sound like much, but these low floats can move a lot. But I'm only in a couple hundred shares now, trimmed out pretty quick. I want to see if it, let's look what it historically does. It tends to struggle hold, like see how it has these spikes and they just rarely hold, like spike, then it goes back down, spike goes back down, spike goes back down, spike goes right back down, spike goes right back down. So this one has a history of, does it hold gains sometimes? Well, I was trying to find a scenario where it does, but as you can see, it likes to just spike and die. I mean, look at this. Like this is what this one does. So that's why I'm holding a little bit to see if it wants to round trip in the background. Or if it wants to push, I'll play the average up game again with it to at least like 270. There we go. I had one cover waiting at 182, just hit it. So now I'm really just running. It's just 200 shares. We're in the 170s. I might just see if it just keeps falling. I don't know if it's going to completely round trip with this news since it does say FDA approval, but man, that was a nice one. My average was in the 220s. Now we're in the 170s. Got two ads on it. Worked out nice. Okay, and SNAL is pushing against me now. So this is, again, that's why I said I didn't really like this setup that much because this is a grinder. I don't really love these grinders that much, but I'm in it. So let's see if it rejects here. I think my next ad's only going to be about 94. Maybe 92. That's what I'll do. Next ad 92, then the next one will be 94. Just a thousand each time. Y'all know when I average up, I like for it to be at least the same size or bigger. I know I said I entered 2,000 earlier, but since these are so close to each other, it's basically like the same position, so I'm treating it that way. So I'm adding 2,000 more shares from 92 to 94. Yeah, these aren't my favorite setups, but at some point it'll probably crack and get rejected off these 200s and revisits VWAP or something, or the 200s. And I'm not very patient. I'm out of CMD. I got out in the 170s last runners. So all attention back on SNAL. If this wants to retest too, though, I would love. I'm gonna keep an eye on it though. I'm gonna pull up both these screens because if it wants to retest too, I probably would play it again. I have the locates. I know this is a trash ticker that likes to fail. So I'm not sure why when I do dual screen, it changes my VWAP color to blue on the second screen. I know there's a setting, but I haven't really figured that out yet. And this one has 8 indicator, and this one only has 6. So it's kind of weird, but so SNAL is pushing. Let's see if I get that 92 fill. Definitely getting some money flow today. It's already got 119 million shares traded on it. LCID was really nice. Did it flush? HOTH is really nice too. That thing is still dropping. Wow, LCID dove. CMMD's making that round trip. I think that's where I got to do a little bit better as a trader, recognizing that and holding a little bit longer. But I love to secure profits. But that could have been a home run right there. That's 70 cents for my entry. Mm. T-Bone, this goes back to what we were talking about recently about seeing the signs of the ones that hold and hold them. I literally pulled up the last 10 times it's popped and it did this, and I still didn't hold for the whole move. I don't know what's going to convince me to do that, but all good. Yeah, I'm a scalper. The hot markets made me a scalper. I used to hold all the time. It's funny because, again, talking to the OGs, the original live stream people, I used to have another trader that would trade with me. Uh, occasionally, Steven. And him, Colin, a lot of people were like, bro, the reason why you ended up having red sessions and days sometimes is because you hold too long. Like literally, I don't know if y'all remember that feedback, any of you OGs, because I did. I would just try to catch too much of a move, and then in a hot market, these things would reverse on you like crazy. And then and I've never switched back. And this is the market. Look at it. It's 135. We've been in a market where holding has been beneficial, but I haven't. And that's part of trading. That's something I need to dial in. You know, my holding needs to be dependent on what the market is giving us. But pre-market, they're still giving back. But intraday, though, you got to be careful holding because we've been seeing a lot of late day reversals and these late afternoon pumps. But like, look at this. We got 129. I could have been a dollar. I could have been a dollar share in the money. And I called it. I said it was going to happen. And then not to brag, it's clear as day. Anybody with eyes could see this, you know? I need to get back in that mindset of holding a little bit more for bigger moves. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Burritos. Especially, this is the original reason why I like these early pops too, is because they're usually the ones that tend to give back more of the move. Yeah, no, that's a good way to look at it. But yeah, some of the traders I talked to the closest, this is a topic of conversation we've talked about numerous times, is like I think that's where I take it to the next level is dialing in the ones to know to hold for bigger moves. And believe me, and I catch some solid moves sometimes. Like it's not like I miss all of them, but there are, I leave a lot of money on the table too. But again, it matters who you talk to. Securing profit's always a good thing too. But what like a good strategy, and y'all see me do this intraday sometimes where, let's say I got that 220 entry and then it's dancing around 180, I'll set a stop at like 220. So if it gets back there, I just, worst case is break even and then I'll give it a chance to keep falling. But all good. Still up nicely on the morning as long as SNAL doesn't pull anything crazy. So my next entry is 92. Yeah, SNAL, J Money, this one kind of looked like a grinder to me, to be honest. But maybe not this intense, I agree, or I probably wouldn't have entered it. But yeah, these barely higher highs, barely higher highs, honor and VWAP. I did think it would probably come back to reality a little bit sooner, but I can't say I'm too surprised, but that's why I like these fresh pops and the CMND. That's what speaking of PDF, I need to attach it. Um, that's what the PDF that I give out is about these pre-market pops because that's my favorite. But no, it did dip after the pushes. So okay, I got my 92 and 94 fill. Let's go. This is not a good sign though. If it holds above 95, I might trim some of my size down. I'm only in 4K shares, but it's deeper than that. It's not that I think that I'm losing too much money. It's showing a little too much strength than I'd like. So if it holds over 95, I'm going to probably trim out a couple thousand, take a little loss on it, and then probably add back a dollar to $1.05. But let's see if it holds 95 cents. But yeah, CMND was nice. Nice plays. So 2 for 2 on the morning. Let's see if Snell doesn't ruin that. Got one long, one short. Diverse today. Yeah, I'll see how it responds here at 95. Yeah, it's pushing. And actually, I'm probably not going to trim out. I'm probably just going to hit it heavy. So y'all about to see me slamming it a dollar. So from a dollar to $1.05, I'm probably going to hit it with probably somewhere between 5 to 10K shares. And that'll be my line in the sand. So I don't want to grab all these locates yet because they're actually cheap. So I'll go ahead and grab them. So I have 4,000 locates waiting at 99 cents. And then I'm going to do 4,000 more at $1.02. And then 4,000 more at $1.04. And then if it holds $1.05, I'm just going to cut. So that'll get my average nice and elevated. So I'm getting some of my 99-cent fills now. But the problem with going heavy like that is now I can't give it room to play. So that's my line in the sand. Get my average up, give me some size. If it works, I make decent. If it doesn't, I gotta cut quick. Yeah, there's a little bit of resistance here at 1. You can see it's acknowledged it, but right here it's acknowledged it on the top side where it wicked up, on the bottom side where it's wicked down. So didn't get all my 99 filled, but I got a couple thousand shares filled. So let's see. Got my average up nicely though, so or it bumped it up some. So let's see if we get a little bit of a retrace here. Yeah, I'm stuck in this dumb play watching it, so I probably missed some other plays too. Yeah, the volume is kind of wild on this play. That's why I got to draw the line in the sand. I don't want to turn this into a blind average up and it turn into like AIXI or something. Let's see what the volume looks like. Oh, I have it on my screen already. Oh man, it is strong. Yeah, it's looking strong. 8 o'clock is right around the corner, so let's see what it does. So now all my 99s got filled. Nice average. So now if it retraces, I mean, my average is 95.6 now. So if we just retrace a little bit, revisit the 200, I'm going to get out a decent amount, break even. And I might just get completely out. I don't really like this play that much anymore. So let's see a little retrace, and I'll probably get out. I might even get out at 96, just get out, lose a penny. Here we go. Let's go. Break down just a little bit right here. All right. Trimming out, trimming out. I'm in the money. I'm in the money. I'm out of this mother. You know what. So could it retrace? Yes, but I don't like this play. This is not my setup. So I actually ended up making a little money, about 1 cent a share, but I'm done with it. 2 cent a share maybe. But it could flush all the way back to VWAP. I missed a move, but again, I'm not big on the volume, but y'all know I don't really keep it on my chart, but this thing has already had a ton of volume throughout the day, and it keeps increasing too, and it like kind of broke through those 200s unfazed. $1 is a decent level, but I survived it, and I'm just content with that for now. So could it retrace and I miss a move? Yep, but there's better plays out there. Oh my gosh. Look at CMND. It's under $1. But this is a good example, guys. I'm dropping wisdom on these. Listen, I'm not trying to be the toot my own horn, but y'all see how I get out of these scenarios. This is again, the strategy is pretty straightforward, but managing plays like how I just decided to slam it up here, get my average up. So when it did retrace, just get out unscathed. I was down, up here at $1, a few $100, probably 300 plus bucks, and then just slammed it, caught a little bit a little move down like that, got out unscathed because I went heavy with the line in the sand. So just take note how I manage these plays, not financial advice, but CHAI. Ooh, I'm feeling nauseous again. Still recovering from that sickness from this weekend. Doing a lot better, but I still get these random hits of nausea. So 12 million float, 31 million market cap. Canada. I've definitely traded this one, but I'm drawing a little bit of a blank with it. Oh yeah, Core AI. Strategic joint venture. So it's hard to really know based on this headline, so I'll got to dig in a little bit. Looks like it's an AI infrastructure build. I'm not seeing a lot of like they'll make X, Y, and Z on this. It's more just saying that the project portfolio exceeds 6 billion annually, but it doesn't really say what they kind of get from it. I've already missed some of the move, but that's okay. Just want to make sure because it says joint venture. Y'all know I don't like partnerships, mergers, joint ventures. I'll short them sometimes, but sometimes they do hold up. But I missed this one, but I'm okay with that. Yeah, they didn't put a lot of details in here, so I'm not surprised it's kind of dropping. Hope some of y'all caught it. Two ball of steel ownership, structure critical, very high insider ownership. We're talking about CHAI. Nice one, T-Bone. My man, hit it. Could have banked on SNL. Yeah, I definitely could have. But again, I try not to look at it that way. I look at it as I was down 300 bucks and then I ended up making maybe 50 bucks, 100 bucks on it. But you're right, definitely. But it's not my type of play. I like these kind of plays for pre-market. I'm like I said, in this part of my trading career, I try to be risk adverse. I'm reckless by nature, so I'm always trying to like dial that in. Yeah, I agree, T-Bone. The news was weak, and I took too long reading it. DFNS. Oh, 8 o'clock news about to come out. Let's see what we get. Oh, we getting a bunch of PRs too. GRCE has phase 3 trial results highlights. Don't probably want to mess with that one. Some private placement news, MNTS. Wasn't this one just moving? MNTS. Oh, they didn't like the private placement news. $3.75 a share. That's fine. Yeah, SNAL is still going down. But again, guys, like th this one could probably drop all the way back down to VWAP too. But I don't like being too red on plays like this. Like, remember I said I was going to average into CMND? Like, I don't mind being a little red on those plays because that's kind of the plan. But I don't like this kind of grinding action. But again, could it flush back to VWAP? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not really seeing anything. Yeah, I've been watching ROLR in the background. This is like the definition of like a sketchy multi-day though. See how it's just been like low volume, pumping up, pumping up, pumping up. This move is obviously a little extended on it, but I kind of like these tickers that just trade sideways, don't do anything, and then they just randomly pop. The CMND. That's mostly what I'm looking for, like these. It's just like, but I'll keep an eye on ROLR because it is a little extended at this point. Heavy manipulation card. Yeah, I'm not pulling up card. It's too big of a market cap. Okay, now ROLR is getting a little interesting. I'm seeing 5 million float. Are y'all seeing something different? Yeah, now see, this is what I was scared of with this sketchy ticker, but I might scale into it small, small, small. This one has made some pretty crazy moves in the past. So first entry 629, and I'll kind of scale up small though. Like I said, very small. This one has a history of making like some pretty strong moves. I think, if I remember correctly. I'll pull up the daily, trying to get my locate situation set up and order set. So next order will be 649. So just hit it. And then the next one will be 674. Sounds good until I can look at more levels. Okay, so let's see the daily. Yeah, this one has a wild chart. I thought I remember it making a crazy move, and it did. So this one is one, like I said, I'll play it on this little extension, but if it starts catching a lot of attention and volume and really starts moving, but I kind of like that, from this level to maybe, what is this, $7? That's what I'll scale into. Let me see if there's any new news on it. I'm seeing 5 million float a few different spots. But playing it small, guys. Playing it small. This one could print, but it could also rip your face off. My average is decent. 6. Well, I think it's decent. Y'all be the judge, but 639.8, so almost 640. So I'm content with it. Next ad 659, and then next ad 674. Getting a little flush on it. Probably should have got out some in the teens there, but I want to see if it gives back a little bit more. I don't know if this is the one to be greedy on. Nope, probably not. It's already back green candle. But again, playing it small, guys. This one could get ugly. Here we go. We pushing. So let's see. Did my 674 get filled? Yep, it definitely did. Oh, that's right, Kurt. This is the one that moved on the prediction market news previously. That's right. So next ad 695. Then if we start holding over 7, I will decide what I want to do with it. Probably cut. But got my 674 fill. That helps some. So let's see what it does here. Yeah, and if it gets back in the 16s, I'll probably cover this time. High Roller Technology executes definite agreement with Crypto.com. This is old news. This is just recycled news. I remember this exact headline. Yeah, it's recycled news. I mean, I'm like fairly confident. Hmm. Okay, well, I got a plan. Plan it up to 7. Next ad 690s. There we go. Got it. We got a nice fill. So let's see what happens. If it holds over 7, I'll cut because this one has potential to take off. So I don't want to play just like the blind average up game on this one. But again, when I said I've been playing it small, guys, I'm in 700 shares. Like I've been adding 100 shares, 100 shares, 100 shares. So I am very small in this one. So we're over 7. Let's see if we hold. If we hold over 7, I'm going to cut. Got my full position and the cover button ready if it tries to push. But again, only in 700 shares. Should have stuck with my gut on this one. These tickers that have a history of making like excessively big moves like this, try to be a little cautious with it. But this move is a little extended though. Gonna watch what this candle does. Yeah, I think I did go buy on this one. Burritos. Probably what I should have done this time. But I already went by once today. I started the day by. I think if I go by twice, what does that mean? I'll let y'all decide in the comments. Let's see what it does. I'm watching it here at 7. I don't want it to hold, but it might hold. I'm down more than I'd like to be on this one, but again, I played it small. I'm only in 700 shares now, so see what it does. Due for a little bit of a retrace. If it starts holding 750, I'm just going to cut. And we're almost there. It's all right. I'm out. Ended up losing a little bit more than I wanted to on that one. Dang it, but all good. But now this candle is like it's topping out. I might re-enter. Hold on a second. Depending on how this candle looks. This candle is extended. So I'm out right now. Still out of it. All right, I'm hitting it real quick. See if it makes a move back down to 7. And then if not, if it makes any new high, I'm out. This will be the last time I play it, at least on the live stream. Might play it later today. Yeah, I should have went with my judgment on this one. On RLR. I knew from the beginning I didn't want to play this one, but oh good. I'm responsible for my decisions. Because I would have taken credit if I would have got it right. But I'm in it again, full size. See if we make a little move back down. To 7, recover a little bit of the gains, and then if not, I'm gonna leave it alone. All right, I'm gonna cut it now. So I've given back probably all my gains today now. Yep, definitely did. So basically break even on the morning now. Should have not messed with that one. All right, let's see if we find a new play now. Did I draw? I drew a dang line at $8 though. What's at $8? I'm being hard-headed with this one. You know what? Y'all think I'm crazy. I'm playing it till 8. Slamming it even bigger size this time. Stopping out over 8. I just think it's overextended right now. I want to try to catch a move back to 7. Judge me if you want, but I think it's due for a move down. So I'm gonna play it till 8. I like this candle. Like, look at this 1-minute candle right here. So if it holds over 8, I'm gonna get out. I don't want to go buy on this one. I think it's overextended. If we break under 750, we're gonna get back to $7 pretty quick, I think. Is Ross in it? Handyman? Yeah, I shouldn't even have been in this one. This looks like one that Ross would like. No, he's not in it? Got it. Because I think he banked on this one time. We both made money on this one long, I think. There we go. Come on. Let's see if we get a flush. What I'm scared is going to happen is it's going to try to bounce off the 9, but let's see if we get a move to $7, and then I'll get back most of my losses on it. But let's see. And it recovered nicely. So I have an order waiting at 703, hoping it taps it. Let's see. Oh dang, now the dang VWAP's at 710 now though. So I might make it 711. I won't get as much back as I want, but I want to make sure I get an exit before it hits VWAP. There'll be some buyers there. His beloved theme lately, prediction markets. Yeah, no, I think he's probably on point with it. I thought prediction markets would be a stronger theme as well, especially after we saw what ROLR did. This one did after the first PR. Usually you'll see companies notice and they'll catch on to it and then they'll start like posting BS PRs similar to it, but you didn't really see it too much with this one. It's about to break 8. Jesus. All right, I'm out. I think. No, it didn't hit my exit. It was 813, so let's see. So still in it. But if it hits 813, I'm out. I'm just going to live with it because that's a strong candle. This one's frustrating. But at least I kept my size. The most I got in it was 700 shares at a time, but still frustrating. Gave back more of my gains than I should have. All right, I'm out. On for new on to new plays. Let's see if 830 brings anything. Nah, I don't really want to long it. My chance to long it was at the 9 where I was scared that it was going to bounce. That was the time to long it. Maybe there'll be another opportunity, but so let's see if we get any 830 plays. Dang, I'm frustrated about this one. I might need to reset, to be honest. Not that the loss was that big, it really wasn't. I'm just more annoyed that I took this play. I didn't like it. I saw it all morning and I was just like, nope, don't mess with that one. So let's see what 830 brings. These compliance NASDAQ stocks are risky to short. They all risky to short, yeah. Like, this always happens. I'll do like I'll hit like 20 trades in a row, and then when I finally miss one, I'll get everybody and their mama telling me what was wrong with this one. Well aware of it. So 8:30's in 10 minutes. So we'll see if there's any new PRs. If I see the right setup though, I might slam it. So it's got to be the right setup though. Not, I'll just figure out a play during market hours, but I wouldn't mind a good solid setup at 8:30. This thing is pushing. I'm glad I'm out of it though. Beast. It's gonna be interesting what it does at 10. I'm not saying I'm gonna play it, but it's clearly Hall and Tail now. You just weren't right yet. It'll come back down. That's a good way to look at it. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually glad I'm not in it now though. But still let it take a little bit too much of a hit. But let's see what it does at 10. It's gonna be so tempted to slam this thing if it gets to 10. Uh, let's see though. SNAL, look what a beautiful flush. Right back to, so yeah, not my best trading session today for sure. I missed out on this move. Covered too quick on CMND. It went under $1, but then gave it all back on ROLR. So I'm down. I mean, I'm only down what, 300 bucks on the session, so nothing crazy. I mean, that's why I said I'm not like sad that I'm close to max loss or anything. Just more annoyed I took this play, knowing what it was capable of. Surprised Ross wasn't in it though. That was one of the reasons I was kind of out of it, because I know this one has a history of making some pretty crazy moves. And Ross, I think, banked on this one last time. Just watching it. I'm quiet, but I'm watching it. Yeah, you're not wrong, burritos. But if it cleanly breaks 10, I might long it too. think I missed my entry though. Maintenance requirement is 990%. Oh my gosh. But yeah, just watching it, keeping an eye on it. If it holds under the 9 here, we might make a strong move down. It's tempting to buy along here. Oh. I'm kind of worded that weird, but to go long here. All right, I just took a small long, 929. I don't think it was that great of an entry. Watch it beat me up on both sides now. Then I'm gonna scale in all the way to like 890. So add a little bit more low nines. So last add will be 890, and then I'll just stop out. Last dip buy right there, 890. And then let's see if it tries to get back above the 9. If not, I'm just going to bounce. Probably just jump off, to be honest. Try to make it back in intraday. So in the money now, so let's see what happens. See if it gets stuck under the 9 or if we make a little push here. So trimmed a little 930 just to try to get some profits back. Holding majority to see if we get a little push here. I don't think we're going to. So we get back below 9, I'm gonna dip out. Okay, I'm out. Oh, I got out just in time too. So now that it looks like it's more on the backside, I flipped at 919. So I got back in 919 on the short side, and let's see what it does. 1,000 shares, 919. See if we revisit VWAP. Basically break even on that long because I made a little bit, but then I got out basically break even. So if we hold over 940 is kind of the key level now. If we hold over this, I'm just going to wrap it up and quit playing this one. But 919, 1,000 shares. Let's see if we can make at least a visit to, let's see what the 5 minute shows. Man, it'd be nice if we get back to VWAP. I'd get all my gains back, but it's not really about that. But there's money to be made on this ticker. It's just hard to figure out what side it's on. And if I get it wrong this time again, I'm just like I said, I'm probably going to wrap up. DTST. Let me pull this one up. Maybe we'll get some money rotation. What was that? DTS? DTST. Ooh, that was a pretty strong move to a level that I've marked before. What is this one? Not very liquid right now. It's not very liquid. I'd like to see it push a tad bit more. Got me a little entry on it, but only 532. So 532, 500 shares. Actually up 160 bucks on it now. Now we're in the 480s, but played it small because it was very illiquid. So I'm gonna cover just to claim my profits. But back to monitoring ROLR. So I'm basically at break even in my 919 entry. Dang, it ended up fading away more too. So let's see ROLR. So now we're pushing. So if we hold above 940 here, I'm just going to stop. Bro, this thing rocked me today. But again, it hasn't. I'm gonna wait for 5 minutes to close above 940. I probably should have had an order wait. Oh, I still had my 500 shares waiting at 995. So I'm actually in 1,500 shares. So now my new average is a lot better. So I'm in the money again. I got lucky there though because I had a 995 order. So I'm in 1,500 shares, way too heavy for this position. So I'm gonna trim out since I'm basically close around a little in the money just to get my size down because this is for my A plus setup. This one isn't for sketchy ROLR setup. So trim some out there and then just see if it holds over 940. If it does, I'm just gonna call it a day and go say hey to my wife, chill out for a little bit, and come back and play intraday to see if there's any setups throughout the day. At 995, 500 shares. I wish it had been 1,000 shares, but definitely helped my average out a lot. But this thing is looking like a beast, guys. Because again, if it breaks new highs after 8:30 and it started way before 8:30, that's a pretty bullish sign to me. I usually don't do as well with those if they keep breaking new highs after 8:30. Let's see what it does here. I'm not gonna add back at 9.95 this time, but again, my average is 9.45 because of those shares. So here we go. Let's see if we make a strong move down. Probably hoping for too much to return to VWAP, but let's see. I scalped this one though. I probably could have already, but I want a little bit bigger move on it. I think it has it in it. Part that scares me is if I remember this crazy move it had before, others remember it as well. So if it gets above 10, it could get scary. So I'm definitely not going to, if it breaks 10, I'll be out of it. Wish I would have entered a little heavier on DTST though. Being short bias, we miss plays like ROL or long. Yeah, that's part of it. I mean, you can look at them both ways though, for sure. I mean, my first play of the day was a long. But you're right. If you too short bias, you're going to miss some long opportunities. But I'm honestly okay with that. I've never was consistent, going long. So I like to just mix them in whenever they seem obvious. But this one was more of a long for sure. Well, let's see what it does at 10. Still in a decent amount of shares. So breaks and holds 10. I'm out, dipping out. I'll see y'all tomorrow. And I'll see the Discord members in the Discord. But I'm gonna hang out a little bit since I'm still in this one. See what happens. ROLR could squeeze. Yep, that's a good call. It definitely could. LASE. Missed this one. I would have liked to see it pump a little bit more though. It's kind of forming 940 as the base now, so I might just get out, break even, and just call it a session, and then just 'cause I'm only down. Because I ended up losing some more part of this process, so now I'm down 600 in the morning, which isn't crazy, but a few cents in the money now. If I was smart, I'd probably just get out here since it looks like it's kind of consolidating here. But I'm gonna risk $10. If it holds $10, I'm out. Get down to low nines. I'll trim some size down like 903. And I'll try to see if it makes a move back to like 850. If y'all see any more plays, put them in the chat. I'm more focused on this one, but my scanner hasn't given me much today. But yeah, this one will be interesting at market open. This one could blast off. It'll be very interesting to see how this one plays out. This is not one I'd probably want to hold into market open on the short side or the long side. Honestly, I don't know what would happen with this one, but definitely not the short side. There we go. We're in the 19s. There we go. Trimming some here, 890s. There we go. I've made my money back at least. I'm at least green on the day. 880s, trimming some. And I'm out. So now I'm up. Actually, I'm like up less than 100 bucks. So break even on the day with locates. I'm probably flat. That's good enough. I'll take it. Not a good session, but that is trading. So because it kind of formed a base here previously when it went down. So I went ahead and just fully covered here. So live to fight another day. Not a good session, but I'll be back tomorrow and we'll be looking for plays in the Discord. Um, aren't you seeing our SMG? I are not seeing it. No, I'm not. I mean, it's a good, lower high, but maybe if it pushes back to 320, 330, might be a play, but not super interested in it right now. Anyways, all right. See y'all tomorrow.